Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you guys for joining up and be members of my channel. So I just want to give you guys some good information that I usually don't release on my channel, really about particular stocks and how to really balance your portfolio, as well as this hedging your portfolio with insurance. Okay, so this is one of the stocks that I never really introduced to you guys on my regular subscription channel, but now that you guys are a member, I think this is really good information that you guys can get into. So this is the Armor US Equity Index. Okay, this is a US based stocks, and it actually holds a lot of indices, okay, that you can actually put part of your portfolio. And now we're going to go over some information here that I believe is going to be very important for your portfolio and actually help to balance it, okay? Because that's the thing, when you guys are investing in individual stocks, okay, we know they have a lot of volatility, okay, a lot of volatility. And I believe that it's pertinent that you guys absolutely have stocks to make sure that you are gaining a certain percentage even in a down market. Now, this one is primarily new. As you can tell, it was released this year on February 11th, okay? Now, from the inception, right off the bat in February, it dropped down because of COVID-19. It was way up, as we can tell, around $20. Now, today, it's back at $19. Now, granted, if we would have purchased this around when it dropped, it was down $14. But this stock is one of the stocks that the U.S. released in order to keep the market very, very balanced. Let's look into this. So it says Armor U.S. Equity Index is passively managed investments in U.S. equities from any market cap, selected by a proprietary method and weighted equally, okay? And so that goes into the market name. We understand, if you guys have been subscribers of mine for a while, we don't really need to go to a deep dive of a basic stock review, but I'm going to give you the information that you guys need so you make a conscious decision where to put this part of your portfolio, which you absolutely should, okay? This is part of my portfolio over at Webull, and I kind of leave Webull, if you notice, off my main channel because that's kind of my private investments. And so I'm giving you that information that you guys can actually use here. So when I go over to Zacks and I talk about, again, Armor US Equity Index, we can look at some of the financial information that's going to help us make a very conscious decision. We look at the day low, the day low and high, and the 52 low and high. We can see how it fluctuates throughout the market. So you can tell that the volatility is very, very low day to day, right? You got $19.21 to $19.22. And then the 52 week is from $14, essentially $23. So it has a lot of growth there, okay? The volume is pretty much low, so there's not a lot of trading on this, but it soon will be. This is a very new stock, and that's why you don't see any Zacks ratings up here, if that makes any sense, okay? Just blowing this up for you guys a second. Give me a second. All right. As we look down here, we're looking at expense ratios, and I explained that in the earlier, another video, that expense ratios that's anywhere from 0.01% to 0.75% is very low. Now, anything over that amount is considered medium to high. Okay, if you're at over 1%, that's high. If you're over 0.75, that's high. So 0.60 is actually low for this particular one. Now, here's the benchmark, which is kind of some good information that I never really go over in my other videos review, because I'm trying to get the information out and kind of give other news stories that really drive the stock price over. And so that this is really good for you guys to actually look when you're researching stocks yourself. Now, I'll continue to kind of give you guys a really good stock every month to make sure you kind of get your worthwhile, because you guys are paid members. So you really need to get that insider information that people quote unquote say, and then special perks, okay? So with this particular one, it says that the Armor US Equity Index seeks to provide exposure to the sectors of the U.S. equity markets that are most likely to generate positive returns while managing downside risks, as evaluated on a monthly basis. See, that is very important. Let's kind of look at this, okay? Because what you guys need to understand here, right, is that it says that as U.S. equity markets are most likely to generate, okay, positive, look at this, most likely to generate positive returns while managing downside risks. So what that should tell you is in your portfolio, your stocks, right? You have some very risky stocks that could possibly hurt your portfolio, especially right now. Today is October 29th, 2020. And for the past week, the stock market in totality has been down. So a stock like this is kind of that thing I told you to equalize and balance the stock market. But most importantly, who cares really about the entire stock market? We're talking about your portfolio. So what that means is that this is going to help you to balance it and kind of give you a safer investment, because we understand that no investment is actually safe. But nonetheless, this is one of those things that will help you. It says also, when you say a fund summary for ARMOR, the ARMOR US Equity Index ETF seeks to provide investment results that, before fees and expenses, corresponds generally to the total return performance of the ARMOR US Equity Index. Okay? All right. This is their ETF and index website. And I want you, this is very important for you guys to know this information. It says ARMOR Index ETFs use a quantitative systematic approach to provide exposures to various global markets, okay, through, and we're talking about diversification, okay, global, through the creation of indices that look to provide downside protection, again, downside protection, and look at this, lower volatility. We talked about volatility before. Let me see if you guys can see that. Okay, lower volatility. Again, those individual stocks that you guys are already investing in has, anywhere from medium to high volatility, because at any given moment, it can plunge, it can dip, it can drop, then come back up. Now, most likely you'll get your returns back, but with a stock like this, with a fund like this, then it has what? Downside protection and lower volatility, which can lead to better long-term investment. Again, what are we looking at, ladies and gentlemen? Long-term investment results. See, if you guys want to be power investors, if you want to be smart investors, you're not looking at day to day. You shouldn't be looking at your portfolio day to day. You should be looking at my channel every day. I'm trying to get my views up. But anyway, this is what we have to really look at, because it's going to help us not only balance out our stock portfolio and balance out our gains, but in a down market, when you invest in funds and indexes like this, you can still be making a good sum of money. And what I mean is, if your whole portfolio is down, you guys have seen it. I'd be down $300-400 on my Robinhood account. But when I have my index and, whether it be, US led or globally invested with the diversification of those markets, then I have a balance and I'm still making 2 to 3%. So if the market is down 10, 11%, and so is your portfolio. This thing, if everybody's down, but I'm still making 2 to 3%, that is a hedge of protection on your portfolio, and you're still making money even in a down market. Boom. Very important, okay? I don't want to go into this, but it says, again, this is stuff we read off of Robinhood. And then we go here. We're looking at some more information on that particular stock. Again, and also the sites that you see here, you can actually use this. I use Zacks. I use MarketWatch. Here's another one that I don't really release on my channel, which is the money.us.com. And it has where you can search for stocks as well. It kind of gives you different analytics where you can compare. And it's not like this is secret information. This is just more information that you won't see most channels have to show their analytics and how they get to something. They kind of speak around the talking points, okay? So we can read about these things. And also with this membership, guys, you're going to just notice a different feel in my video. It's going to be more close and personal than me kind of putting on a presentation. This is more me and you just talking about stocks, okay? And also I will be doing videos where it's going to be members only live. I'm kind of waiting until I get to a certain number of members in order to do that content. And then we can do members only chat. So it's important that you guys know that as well. So we can get on a one-on-one basis, but in a group, okay? But in a group, because I want to offer it to everybody. If you want a one-on-one that solely just you, then of course in the link in the description, you can go to my website, you can email me, and we can do another package there, okay? But this information should be good where if we're going live, you guys can talk to me. All right. The investment seeks to provide investment results that before fees and expenses, we kind of went over this, but let's get here. The generals are comprised of one or more ETF, each of which is designed to track the performance of common stocks. Include, okay? So we come down here, we're looking at the net assets, 4.3 million, very, very, very low risk here, okay? All of these are inputs to the total price and the volatility of this particular stock. So what's important, we should do this because you may want to know what you're investing in, okay? So the only thing I'll do is what's inside of, oh, I didn't show you guys, excuse me. All right, what I was showing you is here. This is money.usnews.com, okay? And it, again, this is a different page I really don't show. It's not that it's secret because it's a public website, but it's one of those things I don't really show on my channel, okay? Kind of give me a different insight. Right down here, you can see kind of the candlesticks, the red and the green. Now, just to kind of give you some other investment information, those candlesticks that you saw, really, you know, look at these analytical tools here. So I'm gonna show you the candle. They call them candlesticks. I want to show you how this actually works. So you have this long red candlestick showing you a plunge, how it started here at $20. Look to the right. Let me blow this up a little bit more. Okay. Now, hopefully you can see that number going down. It's dropping, 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 dropping. It switches to drop, 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 drop. Now, usually the pattern of stocks is 3 to 4 drops, and then it starts to uptick. Okay? So you got 3 going up, and me, knowing me, I would have, now I'm going to continue to invest, but this is more of a day trading. And you see the curve. You see the curve here? Look at here. This is the movement average. As the stock was dropping, you can tell people was buying more, buying more. And even here, it kind of stuttered out. But then as it dropped, people bought more because that's what investors do. You buy when the market is down. So now you hear it drop on this candlestick, drop, 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 drop. Then it ticked, then it dropped a little bit, then it went up, then it dropped back down, and now it's flattening out, okay? And this is one of those websites which I absolutely love because you can change the candlesticks. You can just have the bar. You can have the line like we usually look at, and then you can have an area where it shades the lines, okay? Then you have indicators. We talked about RSIs. You can put the periods in and stuff like that, okay? And you can also compare it to different stocks, okay? So what's a good one is I like to compare stuff to the S&P 500. So now we're looking at S&P 500. Look at this compared to the particular stock we're looking at, Armor. Now here, the S&P 500 has dropped below Armor because the S&P 500 is more volatile than Armor, which is a safer stock, okay? So I just want to show you that very quickly. Then we want to come over here and see what's actually inside of the stock. Let's see if they show us this. I know we're going back to this website, but let's see what's listed. Now, top 5 holdings: Vanguard Consumer Discretionary ETF, Vanguard Communication Service Index Fund, Vanguard Materials Index Fund, Vanguard Consumer Staples and Index Fund, and Vanguard Healthcare ETF. That's what's inside. Number of holders in 7. These are the top 5 of that, okay? Now, if you notice, I tell you guys, I do a lot of ETFs with Vanguard. Vanguard is a, last time I checked, it was 5 trillion, I believe. They were 5 trillion. So no matter the point, let's look at Vanguard, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. Because I want you guys to see the cap that they have on this. Let's see. Okay, 6.2 trillion. They were 4 trillion, 5 trillion. Vanguard continues to continue to be a $1 trillion company. Okay, I'm not showing you, am I? So here it is, right here. Vanguard is a $1 trillion company, 6.2 trillion. It says with about 6.2 trillion in global assets under management. Okay, it is the largest provider of mutual funds and the second largest provider of exchange traded funds after BlackRock iShares. And we'll get on BlackRock later, but the founder, John C. Bogle, he actually passed away, unfortunately. But nonetheless, Vanguard is a very, very solid company. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the membership first and foremost. You're going to continue to get great stock information on a different level, more personal level. And as I said before, once we get the membership up, we're going to start doing a lot of live content where you guys can chime in and actually ask questions. I'm going to try to answer them to the best of my ability, okay? So you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you guys later. Bye.